I want to make sure I welcome everyone to the Southwest Interagency observance of the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Celebration, a day on, not a day off. I also have to acknowledge my parents, the late Edward Townsend Clark, Sr., and Jean Elizabeth Clark. One of my elder sisters does quite a bit of public speaking, Dr. Elizabeth Clark Lewis, but I tend to not have an opportunity to do this. But again, bear with me. I'd like to get started this morning with the United States Joint Armed Forces Color Guard. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Jeff Trimble, Acting Director of the International Bureau of Broadcasting. As the Acting Deputy Director and as the Acting Director, Jeff advises the Board on developments in international broadcasting and manages the BBG staff, which provides the Board with technical, professional, and administrative support, as well as strategic guidance and program oversight. Jeff joined the BBG in 2007 as Director of Programming. Prior to that, he had a 10-year career at Radio Free Europe and Radio Liberty, where his positions included Acting President, Counselor to the President for Programs and Policy, Director of Policy and Strategic Planning, and Director of Broadcasting. Jeff also worked at the U.S. News and World Report magazine for 15 years in positions including Assistant Managing Editor, Foreign Editor, Moscow Bureau Chief, and Diplomatic Correspondent. Please welcome Mr. Jeff Trimble.
Thank you. Kids, I'm going to talk for about 3 or 4 minutes. Do you mind standing there? I don't know if you all wanted to go sit down, but if you're good where you are? Okay, thanks. I'll be quick, I promise. Let me add my thanks and welcome to Ed, to all of you, to the headquarters of the Broadcasting Board of Governors, the Cohen Building. We're really honored to host this year's event and to greet all of you to the headquarters of U.S. International Media, whose programs in more than 60 languages reach more than 200 million people every week in more than 100 countries around the world. I know we're all looking forward to some more music from the Largo High School Choir and to remarks by Father East, so I'll take just a few moments of your time. I'd like to acknowledge among my many colleagues here in the auditorium, one in particular, David Enser, the director of the Voice of America, which also is headquartered here in this building. David? There is a portrait of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the office on the 3rd floor of this building of the chairman of the Broadcasting Board of Governors. In and of itself, the portrait is not an unusual setting. Dr. King's giving an interview to a journalist. What makes it special to us in U.S. International Media is that on the microphone flag are the letters RL. And those of us who work here knows what that stands for. Who knows what RL stands for? A little bit of a historic question. Director answer? Radio Liberty, thank you. Radio Liberty, now a part of Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, one of the elements of U.S. international broadcasting. So why would Dr. King be speaking into a microphone of Radio Liberty, which at the time of the interview broadcast via shortwave to the peoples of the Soviet Union, from Moldova in the west, through Ukraine, down to the Caucasus, across Central Asia, and across the vast expanse of Russia, 11 time zones from one end to the other? Well, he was being interviewed because the values that Dr. King espoused, tolerance, charity, nonviolence, respect for human dignity and human rights, these are values that don't stop on the outskirts of Montgomery, or Alabama, or the United States, or North America, or the Western Hemisphere, or Europe, or Asia, or Africa. They're universal values, enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which, among other things, in Article 19 states something that's very, very important to those of us who work in this building. Article 19 says everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. The right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. And that leads me to say just a few words about Dr. King and the world, our world of U.S. international media. Dr. King's foreign travels included a trip to West Africa in 1957 to attend Ghana's independence ceremony. Ghana, where today the Voice of America has a vibrant presence and growing audience. In Accra, in what then was called the Gold Coast, before it was Ghana, Dr. King attended a reception where he met U.S. Vice President Richard Nixon, and according to the accounts I've read, said to the Vice President, "I want you to come visit us down in Alabama, where we are seeking the same kind of freedom the Gold Coast is celebrating." Better known, perhaps, is Dr. King's 1959 visit to India, where he went to deepen his understanding of the principles of Mahatma Gandhi. And it's widely known, of course, that Dr. King was an admirer of Gandhi and borrowed his philosophy of nonviolence. In an interview during that trip, Dr. King said, "Today, we no longer have a choice between violence and nonviolence. It is either nonviolence or non-existence." In his acceptance speech in Oslo, when he received the Nobel Peace Prize in December 1964, Dr. King said, in words that are as relevant and real today as when he spoke them now more than half a century ago. And some of these words I'm about to quote are at the King Memorial down by the tidal basin. He said this: "I refuse to accept the cynical notion that nation after nation must spiral down a militaristic stairway into the hell of thermonuclear destruction. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. I believe that even amid today's mortar bursts and whining bullets, there is still hope for a brighter tomorrow. I believe that wounded justice, lying prostrate on the blood-flowing streets of our nations, can be lifted from this dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men. I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits." The theme of our celebration today is a day on, not a day off. Well, I'm here to tell you that U.S. International Broadcasting never takes a day off. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, from this building and elsewhere, to China, Russia, Cuba, Turkmenistan, Iran, Syria, and the list goes on. These values espoused by Dr. King are central to our mission to promote freedom and democracy. Thanks again to all of you for coming, and thanks especially to all those in the Southwest Interagency Committee for their hard work and dedication to organize this wonderful program. Thank you very much.
Everyone, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the Largo High School Choir. We're going to hear a couple of selections from them, but just a short, brief introduction. The Largo High School Choir is a vocal performing group of Largo High School in Prince George's County. It is composed of approximately 75 members in grades 9 through 12. The choir has performed for various schools, churches, and community functions in Prince George's County and beyond. They are best known for their stunning performances of gospel music, and the choir also performs musical styles that range from classical, jazz, blues, to pop. Again, please welcome the Largo High School Choir.
On behalf of Prince George's County, the Largo High School, under the direction of Dr. Angelique Simpson Marcus, our principal, we thank the International Broadcasting Bureau of Governors, the Broadcasting Bureau, for this wonderful opportunity. We are going to share 2 brief selections. The very first one is a rendition of America the Beautiful, featuring soloists Bianca Waddy and Mackenzie Tate. And the second one is an arrangement of We Shall Overcome.